Alright, me and Byron just got done watching the Smackdown Live. I'm, of course, Mike. He is Byron.
Correct.
And we're going to give our thoughts on the matter.
Indeed. Why don't you kick it off and I'll go turn the fan off in the background.
Roger, roger. So we start the show off with AJ Styles coming up to do an open challenge type deal. Basically, big ups to Cena during the promo. Cena answers the challenge, says that, let me get it, this is an open challenge for anyone but me. AJ's like, no, it's an open challenge. I knew you would come out here. Cena accepts, and we look like we're going to get a match until Kevin Owens interrupts, and then we have a schmoz with Rusev joining the ruckus, and the foreigners end up standing tall with Cena caught in the accolade, and Kevin Owens shouting random insults at him and encouragement for Rusev, which I actually did like that part. That was amusing.
Classic Kevin Owens.
Anything you want to
add? No. Honestly, to be upfront with anybody listening to this, I really didn't care about this SmackDown. I watched the whole thing, and I remember very little of it. It engaged me almost not at all. There were a few spots here and there that were pretty good. There was like one spot that was pretty good, and that's the Fashion Files, and everything else was just meh.
Yeah, that was kind of the problem, is that, in a vacuum, a lot of the show was actually good. It's just stuff that we have seen a lot of lately, and it's been kind of done to death, and as a result, it doesn't have the impact that it would have on first scene. Then we moved on to Punjabi Prison Package, pass, and then Jinder Mahal took on Ty Dillinger.
Pass.
This was fine, I guess. They gave Mahal a win without the Singhs helping, so that's good. But otherwise, it's exactly the same match that we've seen Jinder Mahal have repetitively. Yeah. They don't have faith in him to have an actual match, and therefore we get this.
And at no point did they allow Ty Dillinger to have more than about 20 seconds of offense, so nobody cares about the match because everybody likes Ty Dillinger and everybody liked to get behind him. But they're, I guess, really, really set on just killing all the heat they possibly can on him.
I mean, in fairness, they do have to make Jinder Mahal look somewhat strong as champion to sell the Orton thing, which they won't, to be clear. It still won't work. But I do understand the logic of the matter, but no, I would not have fed Ty Dillinger to this, because Dillinger, I think, is one of your few acts that is properly over. I would have given him, like, Zack Ryder or something, I don't know.
Something.
Who you've already killed. Then we had Jey Uso with Jimmy Uso versus Xavier Woods with Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston. The participants get the non-participants get ejected after a bit of a schmoz at the start, and really all else I have to say is Xavier gets a pin on one of those deals where Jay is actually holding himself in the ropes so that Xavier can hit the elbow drop, which I hate, because there really wasn't any real substance to this match otherwise.
Yep.
So we're, off to a pretty bad start, and it just keeps getting worse because we get Shane McMahon. He's talking with Daniel Bryan on the phone about Ellsworth, and then we have bitches. I don't mean that they're women. I do mean that every one of these segments comes off as full-on bitch. And the end result of it is we got a tag match tonight between Becky and Charlotte versus Tamina and Natty. Naomi will get a number one contender at SummerSlam based on a 5-way elimination match. It's at Battleground between all the women minus Carmella and Naomi, basically. This is kind of dumb because that means Naomi's not going to work Battleground, I guess. Kind of stupid. The only thing I enjoyed about this is that with Natty chewing out Charlotte for using her name as a way to springboard her career, Becky just calls her Brett and just basically has Charlotte cracking up in the background. It was that was probably the highlight.
Yep, I've heard all of these stupid multi-women interviews every week since WrestleMania, and I don't care.
Yeah, it's nothing against the ladies, because, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, Natty, I'm a very big fan of. I'm willing to see where Lana goes. Tamina has some value. I don't think it's not big value, but, she's a big power woman. You can do some things with her. But yeah, this whole multi-woman stuff, it's it's not getting anyone over. It's almost like the women's revolution all over again when they did Team PCB, Team Bad, and Team Bella, where it's like there are too many women here. I'm just unable to really care about this thing because it's so clustered and crowded. Like, you had your Money in the Bank match, and that's good. We do that with the men all the time, but then you got to segue off to something else. Kind of like, for example, with the men, you have segued off to AJ Styles feuding with Kevin Owens, although mixing it in with the John Cena-Rusev feud as well, and Baron's feuding with Shinsuke Nakamura. And Sami Zayn's off doing stuff with the Canellises, and I don't know what Dolph Ziggler's doing. He seems to be dead in the water, but
yep.
There's something there. Other than that, Carmella came in at the end. She had a notice from her lawyer wanting to reinstate Ellsworth. Shane just ripped it up. Moving on, we had a Baron backstage package, which just basically set up a match later on for tonight with Shinsuke Nakamura, which is now. You want to take over this one, or shall I just keep rolling?
It's just another schmoz. This is like the 90th match that didn't happen in the last month, and I don't care.
Yeah, they've really kind of overused the whole brawl schmoz deal. This was a good brawl. I enjoyed it, but again, it's one of those things where we've overkilled it. It's dead. Moving on, we had AJ and Cena cut a promo backstage. I didn't really agree with the U.S. title being the best. I know you do. You believe that the best wrestler should have the Intercontinental and U.S. titles. I would say that we've gone too far for that to really be the case, but I would be game for that becoming the case once again. And AJ has Cena's respect, and that's a big deal. And Cena will have his back tonight in the tag team match.
Yep.
Kurt Angle promo package for his homecoming. Cedric Alexander tried to hype us on his match with Noam Dar, but it was robotic as shit. Probably because this feud is shit.
Oh, yeah.
Then we had Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Natalya and Tamina. Tamina looking better in the ring. Looks like she's kind of feeling more comfortable, a little more fluid. She was never great in the ring, but she was passable, and when she came back, she was outright terrible. So this is good. Progress. Take it. And Lana comes out to distract Charlotte, and they do, you know what, I kind of enjoyed this finish with Natty tagging in Tamina, but pretending to be still the legal woman to set up Charlotte going for a figure eight, only to get a super kick. But they didn't really time it very well. Like, Charlotte should have not seen it coming to make it really work effectively, and she clearly did. So that was a minor hiccup, but an interesting enough finish. Pretty good match. 3 of these ladies are very good workers, and the other one is, like I said, passable. So you were going to get something okay here, and we did.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this multi-woman match / multi-woman tag match every single week since WrestleMania, and I don't care.
My only real question throughout all of this is why Natalya is still Natalya. Just call her Natty Hart or something.
Yeah, or Natty Neidhart.
Or Natty Neidhart. I understand the Neidhart name is not really all that valuable. Call her Hart. And, I mean, the fact that she's not truly a Hart doesn't really matter. Like, I know it's not her last name, but, like, she is a granddaughter of Stu Hart, and God knows Teddy Hart's been using the Hart name despite that not being his last name for a long time, including during his brief stint in WWE, so just go with it. It sounds better than Natalya. I'm not a big fan of the one-name wrestling names. Just not.
It doesn't usually get over very well.
Yeah. Maria's hunting for Sami Zayn backstage. She goes to the men's locker room. Chad Gable greets her. Calls him Sammy Wow Wow. Gable says Sammy isn't there in the male locker room, and Maria says to tell him that she is looking for him. It's fine.
It's. I would like to point out that Chad Gable's facial response at the end of that promo is the second best thing of the night.
Was in my top 5 for sure. Battlegrounds promo hyping up Rusev and Cena. Then we had Canellis's being. I just put being cute. Being disgusting would be another one. Like, absurdly cute, I guess. Sammy comes in, tries to get their attention, eventually does. They want him to apologize. He's already apologized. He doesn't get why he should again. Talks about, is Mike here to wrestle, or is Maria the fighter and he's the lover? Maria slaps him, and Mike bonks him on the head with, I think it was a vase.
Yeah.
And that's the power of love! I like this. Sets up a feud between the two of them. I think Mike Bennett and Sami Zayn can have good matches. And we'll see where this whole gimmick is going to go.
Indeed. I hear that Mike Bennett's a good wrestler, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to let you take over, though, for... we get Nakamura and Baron announced for Battlegrounds, but Runway Walker, Texas Ranger, go!
Yeah, Runway Walker, Texas Ranger, fantastic. All of the things. I was really genuinely curious to see where the Fashion Files were going next, and it turns out it's Western. They're marshals, and it's fantastic. And they're riding a stick pony around the backstage, and Tyler Breeze can't use a lasso. And there's a good. I really liked, again. Mojo Rawley sticks out again because he's got a lot of personality. I didn't realize he was that much bigger than all those guys. He's friggin' huge.
He's very large, yes.
He's
a D lineman.
And I like how they're putting over the fact that he threw Zack Ryder over the top rope last week because it's all competition. It's competition, and they're competitors. It's every man for himself. And I enjoyed it. It was all of that was good. All of the punchlines were good. Everything was good about this.
I enjoyed the lasso of truth.
Indeed.
Does it work? Well, ask me something. All right, when you go undercover, do you wear a bra? Of course, I'm not a savage.
Hippie. He said
hippie.
God, you literally just watched this.
I would have preferred savage. Now that I think about it.
It's possibly
But
true.
that was good. Fashion police are still looking for who trashed their office. The impetus for this was that they thought Zack Ryder and Mojo did it, which was not the case. So, yeah, Tully the Horse is gone at the end of the promo. They think it's aliens or ghosts or sexy aliens or alien ghosts. Must be responsible. And next week we're gonna get the X-Files. The truth is not H.
Yeah,
I'm down with this. Which one's Mulder? Which one's Scully? What's the call?
Come on, did you gotta ask that question?
I know the answer. I'm just saying. Breeze is Scully.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this was pretty much the highlight of the show.
Yep.
Then we go on to Kevin Owens and Rusev versus AJ Styles and John Cena. Perfectly acceptable match. Good stuff. Crisp. No real botches. Good impact. These four are fantastic workers, so of course it's a pretty good match. Big ass commercial break in the middle of it, which is annoying. State of your main event. Especially also because they had Kevin Owens. The other thing was they had Kevin Owens come out, and then they ran a commercial break. And then they came back, and no one else had entered the ring. And it's like, okay, so what you're trying to tell me is that Kevin Owens has been standing out there for like 3 minutes doing nothing.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, so you could run a commercial break. So that was bad. The match, like I said, was good. Nothing to write home about. It's your standard stuff. It's these guys' standard spots. Phenomenal forearm, 5-knuckle shuffle, bear hug from Rusev, savate kick for Rusev. Owens doing brawling stuff. And at the end of the match, we got John Cena hitting an AA on Kevin Owens for the pinfall. I personally would have had AJ Styles pin Rusev just because I'm assuming that Owens is going to, at Battleground, get a title shot at the US title against AJ Styles, so I would have kept him out of the pin to make that matchup seem a little bit more meaningful. Whereas I think if AJ, being the champion, pins Rusev, it doesn't really take away from the flag match he's having with Cena. But it's a very minor nitpick.
Yeah, I have no idea what their plans are. I don't think they obviously don't know what their own plans are. So,
and that was the show. I'd have to say thumbs in the middle. I respect that most of the stuff was objectively good. Just it didn't suck me in. It didn't give me anything because it's all stuff I've seen a lot lately. It's like frankly, it seems like their writing staff is just not really writing new ideas. At all. It's just we're going to repeat what we already seen.
It's literally the same SmackDown every single.
The only thing different we get is, I guess, the Zayn and Kanellis feud. That's the only thing that kind of stands out as being a little bit different. And of course, the fashion files continuously is an evolving process, but I think that's mostly just Dango and Breeze.
Yeah.
So, and again, it's kind of sad that I said this on 205 Live and Raw to a certain degree, is that the things that I think weren't supposed to get over, like Titus Brand and the fashion files, are the things that are actually over, and that's pretty sad.
Yeah, there's not really much to add to that. I wish we could have some. I thought when AJ Styles came out and he issued the open challenge, we were going to have a wrestling match. And then John Cena came out, and I'm like, this is great. We're going to have a really great match. These guys always put on great matches. And there was no match. And then there was a schmoz weird, gimmicked up match from the Usos and the New Day, and there was a dumb shouldn't have had it match with Jinder Mahal and wasting Ty Dillinger's time, and there was, at the end we finally had an actual match, but I can't think of, and I guess there was a women's match in there, but I wasn't paying attention because I'd seen that match 99 times before.
That was the problem with the women's matches. Outside of the finish, which was kind of new, and I don't mean new in the overall sense, but at least something that those four had not done before. The rest of the match was exactly what we've already seen from those four women. Yeah. Again, if it was the first time I saw it, good match. But this is the sixth time.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about Jinder Mahal having the same match with everybody because he's not capable of doing anything different. I don't care about the same 4 or 5 or 6 women all having the same group match, elimination match, or whatever. You know what? The gauntlet match that they had on Raw with the women was great. That is very memorable, very good, excellent match. And they're doing it with the same cast week in and week out, and I'm not bored with that.
Well, they're not doing as many multi-women matches on Raw. For example, the Gauntlet match featured, Dana Brooke in there, and
that's part of my point, though.
Yep.
That's the part of my point. Part of my point here is that they're doing using the same cast week in and week out, and they're making it at least different. Yes, they're having Bliss come out and be the snotty little dumbass all the time, so she's useless. But everybody else is it's weird because the champs are all useless. Every single champ is useless in the WWE right now. There's no reason that anybody really should be holding a title.
I would exclude AJ from that list. He's useless.
Well, yeah, okay, sure, but he just got it. So I'll give him an exemption this week. But if 2 weeks down the line he's still just coming, I'm the face that runs the camp, and I got this title, and yay, and that's all. I hope
this open challenge actually gives us some matches, maybe a rematch with Chad Gable. Throw that in there. Have Dillinger come out and do a match.
Yeah, something.
Mojo Rawley.
Zack Ryder. You could call up maybe Drew McIntyre.
I think he's going to be in the title picture. I think if you're going to do an NXT call up, it would be. I'm thinking. Continue, but I'll come up with someone.
Yeah, so Raw has a limited female roster, and they're doing at least unique, interesting things. SmackDown is not. SmackDown is either having a giant group match, or they're having a giant tag match, or just a tag match with interference from the other ones that aren't in the tag match. And that's all they're doing. Week in, week out, same thing. I've seen all these matches. Seen them all. I had not seen a gauntlet match with females. Last year, I had not seen a Hell in a Cell. I had not seen an I Quit. It was a Iron Woman match. Iron Person match.
Iron Woman,
yeah. Did they have an I Quit match? I don't think they had an I Quit match.
I think they had the I Quit.
But
I've never been big on the I Quit matches anyways.
I do like them, but I can't really point out any of them that had the payoff I really wanted. Wait. Who won that one? Was it
The Rock one?
Well, then I don't like that one. That doesn't make any sense. That's booked completely wrong. What you're gonna?
Well, no, but he savagely beat Mick Foley, real beating.
I don't care.
To the point where Foley's children had to be taken from the arena.
Yeah, well, that's just bad booking. Also, you don't have the psychopath quit to the prima donna. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry. You should go shoot yourself.
I admittedly would have had Foley go over, yes.
Yeah.
But the match was, you know what? If you said book a match where Rock makes Foley quit, I would have said that's stupid. But if I must, this is exactly what I would have come up with.
Yeah, pretty much. The one I Quit match I could point to would be Cena versus Bradshaw. That one was very good.
That was good. That was very good.
So I like the concept. It's just that they usually use them as a fuck finish that doesn't make any sense. Or like the time they had, was it Bret Hart's mom throw the towel in? That's fucking dumb. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, my point is that there's ways you can do things correctly, and obviously SmackDown doesn't have anybody who knows what those things are.
And it's weird because SmackDown for a while there was the better show. By the way, Aleister Black versus AJ Styles.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. Chris Hero versus AJ Styles.
Well, Hero, you got involved. I was trying to think of an NXT talent who was number one ready for the main roster and number two not involved in an NXT storyline. Aleister Black kind of ticks both those boxes.
Very much so.
Or Oney Lorcan.
Johnny Gargano.
Well, he's hurt.
He's returning next week.
I think he's returning, though, to speak. I don't think he's cleared for actual contact.
I have no idea, but Johnny Gargano, AJ Styles, come on, son.
Oh, yeah. Johnny Gargano with anyone, come on.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Wrestling.
But Aleister Black would be my first pick.
You would.
For a number of reasons. One, big Aleister Black mark, A.
Mm-hmm.
And B, he doesn't really have a storyline. C, he's ready for the main roster. I don't really think that there's really a ton more to teach him down in NXT.
No.
And I think you're a little crowded in the title picture because everyone's going for the title. You've got Roddy Strong after the title. You've got Drew McIntyre, who's probably going to get the title at some point. You've got Killian Dane kind of in the title picture. You've got presumably the winner of this Hitami versus Hero thing maybe in the title picture.
Mm-hmm.
If they end up doing a feud between the two of them, which I assume is where we're going with it, but kind of a delayed feud, I assume. But yeah, I'd bring up Aleister Black. At least for a one night if you're really not sure that he's ready to leave NXT, fine, do it one night only deal. He's come up specifically to challenge AJ Styles.
Yeah, well, that's what they did with Owens. Is they brought him up to have one match, and they're like, okay, yeah, he's ready. Let's get this on the road.
Yeah, they did it with a couple other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do that. I would make that happen. Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is SmackDown at one point was the definitively better show, and I don't know why it's so repetitive now. It's been a solid month here where, I mean, part of it is the fact that Jinder Mahal won the title, and we're having a feud between him and Randy Orton, which is not going to get my motor running in any real shape or form. And but you add to that the women's division has become very, very stale. The tag team division has become, on both brands, in fairness, very stale. Except for maybe the hope on Raw is that the Revival can do some new things and make some things happen, make me interested. But yeah, you've got a stale tag team division. You've got a stale women's division. You have a pretty stale U.S. title division that's just basically been AJ Styles and Kevin Owens repetitively. Desperately needs some new blood. In that regard, John Cena being possibly involved in any kind of long-term feud there would be good. And yeah, there's just not really anything happening. I'm kind of interested in the Kanellis-Zayn feud, like I said. That could go some new places at least. By default, it can't go to old places because I've not seen a Bennett versus Sami Zayn feud before.
Correct.
So that is guaranteed to at least be new. Not necessarily good, but new. And the Fashion Files, when we actually figure out who trashed their office, is going to be cool because you got to think it's a new tag team of some kind?
I don't really care at this point. I just want to see him feud with somebody.
Well, I'm just trying to ponder it because we're pretty much out of suspects.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to get somebody to debut or if they're going to be swerving people with something.
It'll be a breakup angle, totally. No, Dango actually attacked him. There you go. That's
yeah, they've broken
up
everybody else. Everybody else anybody gives a shit about, why not break up them too?
Yeah, I will probably puke into a garbage bag if that is the case, because that would be like the worst possible payoff. Well, okay, I take that back. The worst possible payoff is like if we go back to the Ascension again. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because at least if we get a Dango versus Breeze feud, you'll have like some really good promos to it at least. Maybe. Hopefully. I would significantly hope so. And that would be better than a feud with the Ascension. But yeah, I want to see them feud with someone, and I think they're out of tag teams that it could be.
Well, it's not the Ascension.
It's not the Ascension, it's not the Colognes, it's not the Hype Bros, it's not the New Day. I hope it... I guess they haven't really technically ruled out the Usos, but I don't think it's the Usos.
Why would it be? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would they want anything more of the Fashion Police? Fashion Police actually almost took their belts away. So, yeah. Don't know.
I don't know.
There's not really anyone that could be coming up from NXT even.
No. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be the Authors of Pain, but why?
I think the Authors of Pain are in for a longer run in NXT, and to be clear, I think they actually would benefit from that. I'm not... I often been saying, like, bring people up from NXT because they're ready, blah, blah, blah. The Authors of Pain may be ready, but there is things that they could still learn. Whereas I would really like to see Aleister Black up here if you're not really going to do anything with him down there. Asuka is, of course, the biggest thing. Like, she really should have already frickin' been up here.
Yeah, I guess they're just going to go to have her break all kinds of records, and then maybe she's going to get a monster push on the main roster, or maybe they're just going to bring her up and job her out to Ellsworth or something.
That would be horrifying. I doubt it would be Ellsworth. Maybe they'll job her out to Naomi.
Wouldn't put it past them.
So, that was SmackDown for this week. I think we talked about more just random theories than we actually talked about the show.
Well,
That's
I mean, there's
how
more
unimpressive
to
it
talk
was.
about. There's more fantasy booking to be done than actual, nonsense that's actually on the show.
Well, yeah, that's basically the problem. We've kind of already broken down all of this before because they're in a loop. So, that's all. Get off Byron's lawn. He doesn't like you being on there. And we'll talk to you for 205 Live and NXT.
Mm-hmm.